Hello everyone. The story I'm going to share today is Laozi subdues the massive bison. It has been said that when Laozi was a teenager, a herd of bison appeared before a huge mountain to the south of Tai Qing Palace. These particular bison were very large. Each had two massive horns pointing forward. Under the leadership of the head bison, they came to nearby villages to harass people every day. The pigs, ducks, and other livestock, even the wolves, tigers, and leopards, were scared away. One day, Laozi and his village companion, Arzi, together went to the South Mountain to mow the grass. Their baskets were quickly filled, and then they started to play a game. They inserted a sickle in the ground, and then they stood at a distance trying to throw a circle of heaven and earth so it would land on the sickle. While they were playing in a high spirit, there suddenly came a loud sound of moo. A huge bison appeared at the top of the mountain. Laozi stared at the huge animal that he had never seen before, guessing that this might be the bison that has even scared the leopards. He thought of killing it to help the local people from being plagued by the harmful beast. Calmly, Laozi picked up the sickle and walked toward the huge bison, and Arzi followed him. The bison had never encountered such a situation. It used one of its front hooves to agitate the soil beneath it before charging to the foot of the mountain. Then the bison approached them with ferocity, using its horns to strike the two. Laozi avoided the deadly beast by squatting so low that it passed over his head, and Laozi used the sickle to hit the bison's rear. The bison jumped because of the severe pain and hastily ran back to the top of the mountain. Laozi and Arzi followed it while shouting. The bison was injured and hobbled to a cave halfway down the other side of the mountain. Laozi and Arzi were about to follow the bison into the cave, but suddenly there was a thunderous sound that shook the whole mountain. From the darkness of the cave, another huge bison, which was twice the size of the injured one, charged out. Laozi looked at the bison, whose horns were pointing forward, and guessed that this one must be the bison from the legend. The huge bison was snarling like a hungry tiger and lunged at Laozi, who dodged the beast and used his circle of heaven and earth to smash its mouth. There was a dull but loud sound, and the bison's top teeth were crushed and dislodged. The legendary bison then became extremely angry. It suddenly pivoted its body and struck Laozi, who fell to the ground. Then it reached its tongue for Arzi and swallowed him. Seeing Arzi in imminent danger, Laozi leapt onto the bison's back, grabbed its horns, and rode on its back. He held the two horns tightly and pulled them so that they pointed backwards and could no longer be used as a sharp weapon. Next, Laozi used a circle of heaven and earth to pierce the nostrils of the bison, and he used a sickle to cut each of its hooves into two pieces. By now, the massive bison became tame. Laozi finally squeezed its belly, and Arzi was thrust out. Laozi and Arzi then rode on the huge bison down the mountain. Not long after, they noticed that a lot of cattle were following them. The cattle saw that their leader had become tame, so they obediently followed. Later, they learned how to assist farmers with their crops. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More Tai Qing stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.